Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Math Club. In this video, we're going to talk about 5.1 direct proportion. Question 7. The values of p and x are in direct proportion. Work out the missing numbers a, b, c, and d. As you can see here in this table, we have the values of p and the values of x. Both of them are in direct proportion. So this one is directly proportional to this one. And because this one is directly proportional to this one, so we have a constant between them. And because we have a constant between the p and the x, then we have a constant between the p and itself. Same idea. Now, to find the constant, as the hint says here, you could use ratios to find the missing numbers. Now, 8 multiplied by a number will give you 12. The same number here will be here. So what? So you find the value that you multiplied 8 by to get a 12, and it will help you to find the other values. Now to find this, we're going to divide 12 on 8. So we divide 12 on 8 using a calculator. So 12 divide 8 gives me 1.5. So the constant that I'm using here is 1.5. I'll write it here. And it is the same for all values. So 1.5 here, so 1.5 here. Because the idea of direct proportion is having a constant between the y and the x, at the same time having another constant between the values of the y itself and the values of the x itself, which is the same here and here. Now, we're going to use this to find the values of the other variables. Now, to find a, we're going to multiply 25 by 1.5. So 25 times 1.5, and the answer is 37.5. So this one is 37.5. This is the first one, which is A. I'll write it here, 37.5. Same idea. Let me change the color, maybe, so you can see it. Let me make it blue. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so it's 37.5. The next one, which is B, I'm going to use the same idea, 12 times 1.5 to get this one, to get B. Because 37.5, when I multiply it by 1.5, it gives me 50. So to check, I'm going to multiply 37.5 by 1.5, and the answer is, let me check, yes. So this one is the first, I'm sorry. Now, to get the other value, I'm going to check the same idea. I'm going to divide 50 on 37.5 and check the value of the constant that I have here. It should be the same here. So I'm going to say 50 divide 37.5. So 50 divide 37.5, and the answer is 1.3. Now, I'm going to multiply 1.3 by 12, multiply 12, and it gave me 16. So this one is 16. I'm going to write 16 here. 16. Same idea, I'm going to find the value between these, or the constant between these, and then multiply it by 16. So I'm going to say 26.5, 26.5 divide 50, and the answer is 1.25. I'm going to multiply it by 16, and I will have 20 here. So C is 20. Okay, I'll write it here. And the same idea here, find the value between these, or the constant between these, and then multiply it by this. Now 20 divide 20 equals what? Very good, equals 1. When I multiply it by 62.5, I'll get the same number, which is 62.5, because the constant here is 1, so the number here doesn't change. And this is how you answer a question like this. As I told you, first you find the value or the constant between each two numbers, and then multiply it by the number on top to get the number on the bottom. Same idea here, we found a constant here, and then we multiplied by 12 to get this one. Same idea, we find the constant, and multiplied by 16 to get 20. And the same here, we found the constant and multiplied by 62.5 to get 62.5. Now, this is one of the ideas of answering this question. There's another idea you can use by finding the constant of the direct proportion itself. And to find the constant for the direct proportion, what do? Very good. We divide the y by the x, and we will get the constant, and we will use it all the time. So how do we do this? We will do it here. So first, we know that this is the y. Let's use this as a y here. And this is the x. Sorry. So we're going to divide the y by the x. So 25 divide 8 using a calculator. 25 divide 8 equals 3.125. So my constant is what? Which is k equals 3.125. Now, I can use k to find the values of the other numbers. How do I do this? If I want to find y, I'm going to multiply the k by the x. So to find the a here, which is part of a y, I'm going to multiply this by the 12. So I can use a calculator to do this. I'm going to say 3.125 multiplied by 12, and the answer is 37.5. Same idea to find d. I'm going to multiply 20 by 3.125. So to find d, I'm going to multiply 20 by 3.125 times 20 equals 62.5. And to find x, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to take the y and divide it on 3.125. So to find the x, I have to divide the y over the k, or the constant. So it will give me the same answers or the same numbers. So I can follow this rule, which is the ratios between each two numbers next to each other, or I can find the general constant of the direct proportion and use it to find the other numbers. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.